Wow. All I can say is wow. This viewer posted an article that she wrote. I guess it's a commentary that she wrote. And I'm going to turn this into a video. I did one of this same viewer last week. She should write a book. She starts off, I'm sick and tired of people posting crap without doing the research to back it up. Misinformation is another method of manipulation and abusive control, just short of psychotic. I deal with facts, I always have, and the people who are afraid of those facts have banned me off of their pages, where others who want to hear the truth welcome these commentaries. I am disgusted with how long people are going to keep their heads buried in the sand. Like the hitchhiker. If something bad happens, they won't see it until all returns to normal, so they don't have to face the truth. Well, I'm not returning to normal. I'm talking about the current POTUS. Now, while there's no evidence that I found that he's a practicing Muslim, there doesn't need to be. Well, actually, there is evidence. He said it countless times himself. Anyway, look at his actions and reactions and his history. There's no denying his disloyalty to this country and his hatred for America and Israel. One would have to be blind not to see it on his smug face. Time and again, he shows his allegiance to the Muslim terrorists by sympathizing with their legitimate grievances, refusing to publicly acknowledge the terrorists' existence or threat. This is deliberate on his part, is now accelerating in the final stretch of his rule, and I'm floored that we let this blatant betrayal of our country continue to go on and on and on. Even before he gained presidency, he was showing his bias with writing about his Muslim family heritage. He implied that 9/11 was our country's punishment for past wrongs. He vowed to stand by the Arab and Pakistan Muslims should they be implicated in another terrorist attack. And then we elected him president. He actually apologized to the world's Muslims for the war on terror, outright declaring that, quote, Islam is not part of the problem, end of quote. He stopped cold a major investigation of the terror-supporting Muslim Brotherhood groups and mosques after it was proven they were funding terrorism. How about this? The counterterrorism manuals published by the FBI and Homeland Security. He had them delete the jihad from the manuals and fired all trainers who linked terrorism to Islam. He actually did more than that. He had all the military manuals modified as well, and he shut up all the chaplains. Or how about his vow to close Guantanamo Bay and bring the terrorist prisoners onto American soil? Did anyone glance up from their morning paper and notice how quickly circumvented proper channels and released 5 Taliban commanders for a POW who was a deserter? Where did they go? Any guesses? Well, 3 of the 5, we've been told, have returned to the battlefield. Actually, 30% of the, 600 have returned to the battlefield. He removed sanctions on Iran's ballistic missile program despite overwhelming intelligence showing they were developing nuclear weapons to wipe out Israel. We have no credible method to screen terrorists and ISIS infiltrators out of incoming immigrants, and yet he insists on bringing 10,000 more Syrian refugees. Actually, it's 100,000. And in bold-faced move, marching them right under our noses, he has invited members of the terrorist group Hamas and Muslim Brotherhood to serve in the Homeland Security and State Departments. We might as well just hand over all of our intelligence security measures over to them, publicly. It will be used to ferret out our weaknesses either way. With him openly refusing to connect terrorism to Islam and continue to allow mass Muslim immigration, is there any doubt who he will stand behind and support? Should this country become a victim of another terrorist attack during the last months of his presidency? Do we need any more proof who our president is? Actually, no, we don't. We know who he is. He's told us, I am one of them, countless times. I've done videos, I've attached links. He is a radical, extremist, Sunni, crack-smoking, homosexual, Muslim Arab, hell-bent on destroying the American way of life. I want to thank this viewer for taking the time to write what she did, and it is a she. I think she's an incredible writer that knows how to express herself. She should write a book, but I already said that. If you agree with what she said, pass it along. If you disagree with what she said, do us both a favor. Go find another channel to view. For those of you that do care, thanks for viewing. Please pass it along.